applications for new airport members.
Cool.
I think that's the right protocol to give that to you
I
guys.
think you're correct.
And then at our last meeting, we had visited about, like, during the winter months, we don't really have much for new business.
You can sit up here.
So what's that?
You can sit up here.
Oh, it doesn't matter. If you want me to, I can. Anyway, we don't have much for new business. It's pretty much the same old bills all winter. So we had talked about, having a meeting every other month or every third month just to help with people's time frames. And it's just, how life is busy and hard to get things done as it is, and let alone meeting for, to approve some bills. So we wanted to bring it before you guys to see if we could change our meeting dates, I guess. And
So, but you just want to do this through the winter months
Correct.
and go back to monthly meetings?
yes, in the spring.
So what are you talking, like October through?
May, probably October to April, maybe, because we have the spring show in May, so we'll have to meet for sure the beginning of that month, if not April, to prepare for that. So,
I see no problem with that. Makes sense to me.
and what you guys like us to do every other month, or could we go every third, or?
If you,
My feeling is whatever you feel you have to have.
yeah,
Right.
because
If
you're
you
going to
think you
know.
can get the business done once every 3 months
Right,
or every other month, I think that's,
right,
I know we do something similar like the wildlife. During the summer, we don't have
correct.
much going on, so.
And if it doesn't work, you could always go back to it.
Yeah.
Right.
Or
right.
call a special meeting.
meeting.
Yeah.
Well, and our thought was, because our treasurer, Grant, he could prepare the bills, and he has everybody's email address, so he could email them, and everybody could look through it prior to paying them, and if anybody saw a problem, they could call him or whatnot, but that's
Yeah.
about the only new business we have each month in the winter, so,
I say go for it.
okay. Sounds good.
You guys agree with that?
I do, yeah.
Yeah. Just make it fit your needs.
Okay. So do you want us, the next meeting we have, write it in our minutes to where
Yes,
it's kind of a
that's-
meeting schedule?
Yes, that you came and talked to the commissioners and
Right.
discussed that we're going to start doing this with our
Okay.
meetings. Yeah, that'll work.
All righty. Sounds good. Can I leave those with you guys then? The applications, or do you want me to just wait?
Just hang on a minute here.
Okay.
We'll have a quick discussion here.
That's fine.
Have you guys approved these?
Yes.
Okay.
We had talked about them at our last meeting, got the applications to them because we thought they'd be good members, I guess, and
Oh, I think you're right. There's a couple of small things that we have to do first. A little bit of financial background, little taxes. Take a
Okay.
look at those kind of
I can
things.
see if I can do it right quick.
Yeah, maybe we can just get that done. So, how many members are standing now? How many?
oh, I didn't count last meeting. To my knowledge, I think there's 7.
And are you now the president?
Right.
Okay,
Yes.
I just assumed that,
Yep,
but
yep. I'm the president. Nick Ketzner's the vice president. Caleb Ernzen, he's the secretary. He helps manage at the dairy.
I don't know.
And then Grant Hobble is our treasurer. He's a local CropQuest guy.
Right.
So, and we've got those two, and then I've got 2 other folks in mind that we'll visit about. We're going to go ahead and have a meeting here the first part of November, and then we'll set our other meeting schedule and talk about the other couple members that we've discussed a long time ago, and hopefully we can
Okay.
get a few more anyway.
All right. Sounds good. Sounds promising.
Yeah, I think so. I think we just have to have the mentality, maybe if we get, less is more, get really good people in there and get
Well,
things done that way.
And I think if you get good people on there, there'll be other people that want to come in and volunteer to help.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So,
Those look like 2 good applicants.
Yeah.
I think so, yeah,
You know 'em?
Yeah.
So they'll work.
Well, and they've been raised in that lifestyle. They know cattle, they know ag. Perfect.
they're good.
All right. Okay, we have 2 applications for Fair Board members today. Can't go ahead and use names? Okay. We have 2, Gavin Cooper and Martin Hinsdale. They have both applied to be on the Fair Board. Can I get a motion to go ahead and accept both of these for Fair Board members?
I so move.
And I'll second it.
All those in favor? Aye. So you got 2 new Fair Board members.
Perfect.
All right, thank you,
Well,
Josh.
thank you for your time.
Yes, sir, thank
Stay
you.
warm.
All right, appreciate it.
Yep, see ya.
Thank you.
How are you? Good.
Morning, Dave.
Dave, how are you?
We got Eric in front of you, and
Good morning. How are you guys?
good.
All right. So AT&T contract, I checked in on that and it expires tomorrow. This is our current, that's what we're paying today,
Okay,
$998. That's the 50 by 50 circuit plus our DIDs, which is our phone, getting our routes out. So these are the contracts for those 2 things.
okay.
It's almost identical. It's going to be just a little bit less.
How's that happen?
That worked.
How did that happen?
Those are legacy circuits, so we're actually getting a pretty good deal on those since they're so old. So if we let them expire today and we don't sign till tomorrow, they'll go up. I signed the LOA agreement already, just so they could. This is
Start the process.
yeah, and this group is, they call it the Coyote Group. It's a little bit different, but they work with AT&T, so it's, AT&T has really changed their way of doing business.
Towards the better?
Yeah, I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Okay.
I wouldn't say it's any worse,
I had a
but
50-50 chance there, guys.
yeah, I'd rather work with somebody besides AT&T Direct.
Do we have a choice?
Not really.
Yeah, that's kind of what
I mean, it's either you go through AT&T and hoops and loops, or this company does it for you.
yeah.
I'd rather they did it for us. As far as billing, nothing changes. Still comes the same way. So there won't be any change there. So
Okay.
I just need approval, and then I'll sign the e-sign documents. That's the way we handled it last time anyway. So Brett was the chairman then, and he signed. He was to sign off on it. So I did see that name on there. So.
Okay.
So we've had those circuits for a while. It's been a while since he's been here, so. And I know that doesn't mean a whole lot to anybody. It's even a little complicated for me. Some of that's like, good grief.
Yeah, I don't have a clue what you're doing there.
I understand it all.
Yeah. Would you explain it to me?
We'll let
Trick or treat.
We'll let you make the motion.
Well, I didn't think it'd be too much of an issue since it's going to be about, I think it's going to be about $50 cheaper. So.
Okay. Need a motion to go and approve these 2 contracts with AT&T.
Do we need the amount in there or not?
I think Scott put it
We
in.
probably need it, don't we?
Yeah. Huh. It'll be no more than that.
Okay, our current services is at $998.71.
That's per month.
Yeah.
And as Eric has pointed out, it could be $50 cheaper, so you're talking about $950.
I think that one's $524. I don't know if they put that on here. The DID one's a little difficult for me to understand. I don't see it on there. I can get them to you before the end of the meeting.
I move that we
I can do
sign
it.
the contract with AT&T.
I have some technology here. I could try it.
I'll second the motion.
Yeah, all those in favor? Aye. Too late, Eric.
It's okay. Want me to get out of the way, is that what you're saying?
Is this gonna be like 911, is that?
No, this is the circuits this is the internet and the phone circuits coming to the building.
Okay.
The 911 circuits are separate.
And they're AT&T owned too.
Yeah, the state did the whole AT&T build out.
Yeah.
There's some big changes coming to that, but we'll get into that when it actually
That's the
happens.
part I didn't understand, was what department it was going to.
Yeah, so it's everybody but me, basically. And our admin lines still go through there too, so it does include me, I guess. So,
All right, Eric.
county court, county shop, Bird City office, because we VPN over there, and then EM building. So, yep, everything. I'll get you a solid number.
All right, thanks, guys. Dave, I think we're ready for you.
Okay. Back with the airport commission stuff here. Okay. We had a meeting on the 22nd of October, and there's the minutes. I think Robert took minutes too, but I haven't heard from his, and so I took notes, and
Do you have an official secretary?
no, there's not.
Okay.
Yes. So what the meeting was about was the main thing was, if you remember last year, I think we talked about this, that there was a heaving of the runway, and there was almost 2-inch heaving there. So what this was about, I'd called Olson, our engineer, and Diane came out, and I walked the full runway with her up and back and checked out the runway, what's going on. At the time we done the runway with concrete in 2 different sections. There was the old original runway was 3,100 foot long, and then the extended made it 5,200 foot long. And so when we done the 3,100 foot first, then purchased land and extended the runway. So the south end was done after the north end, and at that time, the FAA required there to be drains, and what these edge drains are actually kind of cool. They put them underground with gravel and so on, and then they're perforated kind of like a leach line. So then as the water comes off of the runway, it runs into those pipes. They're all connected and runs out. So it directs the water away from the runway and doesn't hold it. Well, that wasn't done on the north end. So any little bit, you know how concrete is, any little bit of moisture, rain, or mist or whatever collects on the runway, it runs off to the edge. And then what they're thinking is the reason for this heaving that we've got going on is that it goes down, and if it goes under or wherever it goes, we don't know.
Dry spot.
Right. It doesn't let it remain dry. So these edge drains, direct the water away from the runway, and it did work on the north end. When we walked it, concrete, you always get some cracks in it and so on, but there's nothing major. There are major ones on the north end. So this project would be to replace the cracked panels in there, install the edge drains, then they fill them with, they do cuts every 12.5 foot. It's a 12.5 foot section, and so the filler material or tar or whatever you call it, it gets hard and brittle, and every so many years you're supposed to saw that out and replace it. So while this runway is going to be down, it's going to be down for nearly a month to replace panels. It's a big project again.
So you'll have to shut down the entire airport for,
Just the runway.
Just
that runway. There's grass runway that we
Right,
can
okay.
use too, as far as that goes.
well, I'm thinking of hospital planes and
Yes.
things like that.
Yeah, and
They
it
can
will.
land on the grass.
No, we'll have to take stuff to Goodland, yeah. And, depending on the weather, it could be 2 weeks, but she said you better plan on a month. So, they're not good.
Yeah. When are you thinking you'd like to start this project?
Oh, it'd be, like after the spraying season next year. And the money, the FAA called and they wanted to make sure, because this was on our 5-year plan. And so, the FAA called and says, I need to know by Friday, that was last Friday, are you planning on doing this or you're not, or we're gonna direct the money somewhere else? And so, I said, yes, we're planning on doing this, and we had our meeting and voted on it and approved it. It's a $618,500 project, so local funds would be $61,850. I did check the capital improvement fund. The money is there for it, and of course it's 90-10. But and I. What would be worse is if we didn't do anything and it heaved and it got to where we had to close the runway because the runway is unusable. That'd be worse than anything.
Postponed repairs are always worse than if you just go ahead and get them done.
Yeah.
Especially, it sounds to me like they're going to be done correctly and with some forethought. And
Right. And I think they're gonna do a little bit. See, there's actually a couple of these panels that have been replaced before, after the main runway. So there could be even a possibility of like a underground water source or something that's
spring or something.
Yeah. So they're going to do, while they're in there, do something more to those areas too. But this,
Dave, I have some questions.
okay.
In regards to this 5-year plan,
Uh-huh.
you have $618,500
Right.
as the amount. And is this just one grant,
Yes.
or is this a series